If you can follow these simple steps, I can guarantee that you will likely feel less emotionally reactive and more in control over your thoughts and emotions. This isn't about perfection or massive action. It's about small practical shifts that can make a big difference in how you handle stress. If you have times where you feel like your emotions are running the show, like when you're calling your doctor and you have to wait on the line for some time, or maybe you are snapping at somebody that you care about unexpectedly, being emotionally reactive can leave you drained and disconnected. And both you and I know that you're not that person. But at some point, something shifted for you. Maybe it's those darn hormones. Maybe it's an issue from the past that is surfacing up. Maybe you are fed up at your job, or maybe you don't like where you live. I've been there. And maybe you're ready for a change. I know that you want to respond to life's challenges with calm and clarity rather than reacting out, being frustrated, or experience anxiety. Emotional reactivity can be exhausting, but with a few internal shifts, you can feel more grounded in yourself again. It would be really beneficial for you to pinpoint those trigger points that cause you stress. The bottom line is that you cannot be emotionally reactive and calm at the same time. So when you're totally aware of what triggers your emotional reactivity, it will feel like you have a magic wand. I invite you to take the stress and overwhelm self-assessment for women over 40 so you can come back to peace and calm as soon as possible. I included the link in the description below. The first step to managing emotional reactivity is to simply naming what you're feeling. When you're labeling your emotions like anger or frustration, you bring awareness to that moment. This small and powerful action helps you to pause before you are reacting, and it's giving your brain the chance to process what's going on instead of jumping into extremes. By doing that, you will allow yourself to be more of an observer of what's happening inside of you versus allowing it to consume you. And I will give you examples in just a minute. This practice takes only a moment, but can create so much space for you to respond thoughtfully instead of impulsively. And over time, it will help you to feel more in control over your emotions. And how do you know that you got dragged into the unpleasant emotions? The answer is in the question. It is unpleasant. It's a place that you wish to leave. No one enjoys staying for too long in anger, frustration, or any other unpleasant emotion. So the moment you feel that, that feeling, you want to identify it and name it. This is anger, this is disappointment, this is frustration, okay? The second step is reframe your perspective. Our thoughts fuel our emotions. For example, if you're thinking, I'm always failing, you're bound to feel defeated. So instead, you want to try to find more balanced truth, like I'm learning and improving every day. This shift can significantly reduce the intensity of your negative emotions. You can, and it is possible, to train your mind to focus on nuance and growth, which brings greater emotional stability over time. The third step is grounding yourself when emotions feel overwhelming. Grounding practices like deep breathing, walking barefoot on the grass or sand, like inhaling or applying specific essential oils, or holding a grounding object like a crystal or a rock. Even drinking a glass of water help connect you to the present moment. These small acts can calm your nervous system and can reduce stress in minutes, sometimes even in seconds. Grounding is one of the easiest tools to use anytime, anywhere. It brings you back to your center, allowing you to approach challenges with a clear mind. For me personally, the easiest and fastest way is to name it and then to choose the essential oil that will help me get back into balance in less than 1 or 2 minutes. I don't always have the time to stand on the grass, to hold a crystal, to listen to a 10-minute guided visualization. I need something on the spot in a given moment, right? I need my hands to cook, to drive, to fold laundry, to type, right? But inhaling or applying essential oils, I can do it in 10 seconds and I'm good to go. These are just 3 simple ways to start managing emotional reactivity, but their impact can be life-changing. Don't forget to download the quick self and overwhelm assessment for women over 40 so you can uncover the triggers that are causing you to get stressed. And by the way, there are specific essential oils that can be appropriate and very effective for emotional balance. I don't want you to get overwhelmed by the gazillion essential oils that are out there in the market. Some are pure and great, and some are synthetic and awful, and they can cause more harm than good. So please promise yourself that you won't buy any essential oils before you watch my Essential Oils Made Easy class. If you're curious and you want access, you will find a link in the description below. Let's explore together a few of your everyday life situations so you can really soak these 3 steps quickly and experience breakthrough in your emotional reactivity. I like looking at nature to make sense of things. Does nature come in colors, or is it black or white? It has colors, right? So does our thinking. We cannot think in black and white. We need the whole range of rainbow colors. So let's say you are in a situation where you're getting some kind of criticism from your boss or a coworker that might lead to feelings of defensiveness. So step 1, you're naming what you're feeling, defensiveness. Step 2, you're reframing your perspective. So if it was, I'm always being judged, nothing is never enough for them, I so want to get out of here, you want to change your perspective by reframing it to, I'm doing my best and my efforts count, they matter. I'm listening and observing, and I view comments as constructive feedback, right? Empowering, positive, uplifting. The power to create a path that brings me fulfillment and joy is in my hands. And step 3, you're grounding yourself when emotions feel overwhelming. Step 3 is crucial for this process to be effective. Skipping this step is not going to make any shifts. So what I do in this case, I immediately take an essential oil that helps me with the feeling of defeat. I will inhale it from the bottle. I would take a drop on my palm. I will always close the bottle so it doesn't evaporate. And I will rub my palms and I will rub it on the chest area, just like this. If you're not using essential oils yet, then hold a rock or do some deep breathing or take a glass of water. You can also listen to a grounded meditation. And by the way, if you want me to create for you a 1 to 2 minutes quick grounding meditation so you can save on your phone and you can pull out immediately when you need, let me know in the comment below and I will be happy to create one for you. In the description below, you will find a link to my grounding meditation. It's about 10 minutes, very, very powerful. So when you can, I suggest that you would listen to this grounding meditation. In fact, if you will devote 20 to 30 days and you will listen to it every day, you will start noticing shift in your emotional reactivity and your stress levels. So be sure to look for the link in the description below. Let's take another example, overwhelming schedule. Managing errands like grocery shopping, meal preparing, home maintenance, and endless to-do list on top of everything else that might just pop up unexpectedly can bring to stress and exhaustion. And when that happens, just a little trigger can make us explode and run again this pattern of emotional reactivity. And all that leads to more stress and exhaustion and more emotional reactivity. Step 1, naming what you're feeling, overwhelmed. And this can be a daily occurrence. I was there for a long time and I still have days that it happens. So that's what I do. I do the 3 steps. Step 2, reframing your perspective. So if it was, my gosh, I'm drowning, I'm losing my mind, I don't know what to do anymore, I'm just like, my head is spinning. So I'm changing my perspective, you're changing your perspective by choosing something empowering, centering, uplifting, positive, right? I take a deep breath. You say to yourself, I take a deep breath. I know that this is an illusion. I can handle anything that comes to me, but not all at the same time, and not everything has to happen today. I'm reconnecting with myself and I'm asking myself, what is the most important thing that I can tackle first with calm and joy? Step 3, grounding yourself when emotions feel overwhelming, right? So in this case, I would immediately take an essential oil that helps me with the feeling of overwhelm. What I would do, I would inhale it from the bottle and I would apply a vish under my nose, okay? Because it will help me to smell it over a few good minutes. And what I will also do, I would put this oil, I will apply it on my adrenals, because the feeling of defeated has to do with being able to fight in a way, to have the strength to deal with life, to confront things. And our adrenals are the glands that secrete cortisol. Cortisol is the fight or flight hormone, and we want to be able to reduce it so we're not fighting life, or we're not running away from life, and we're not feeling defeated. So we can apply the oil on our adrenals, which is right above our kidneys. We can also apply it on the bottom of our feet in the reflex point of the adrenals. Now, if you're like me, I like quick, easy, simple, and natural solutions to support me in everything I'm dealing with, emotionally or physically. If you're not using essential oils yet, I hope you start soon. But meanwhile, you can implement the other methods that I mentioned earlier, like deep breathing, like drinking a glass of water, like standing on the grass, and so forth. Let me know in the comments below, which emotion do you find that you encounter on a daily basis? This emotion is running your life and you want to shift the balance. You want to become the boss of your emotion versus your emotion running your life. So let me know in the comments below, and I'll be happy to make a video to address that specific emotion and give you some suggestions. I'd love to know if you think that these 3 steps are going to serve you, and if you're willing to test it out and see where it takes you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Many blessings.